Okay, so for this week's project, we are going to be making a bust. So a bust is a sculpture of somebody from the shoulders up. There are examples posted down below. Something similar to these. Let me actually sorry, I should have done this before, but I just realized these both have sunglasses on. Let me go grab one more that does not have sunglasses. Okay. So no sunglasses. So somebody from the shoulders up. I will talk to you guys in just a second about how we will make the bust. I'm going to do it quickly, but there are picture examples down below that go into a little bit more detail. The requirements are, though, it needs to be a human. It does not need to be like somebody that has been dead or alive. It could be like a made up human, but I don't want to see like a monster or an animal or like an alien. So it needs to be a human. And the size, well, it should be about this size, kind of the size of both hands, I guess. Then it needs to have hair. So any kind of hairstyle you want, and even if it has a hat on, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but there's hair that you can see texture that's under the hat. So even if it has a hat on, which it can, you still need to have hair. It needs to have all the facial features, ears. If you have a hairstyle that shows ears, it has to have eyelids. I will show you guys how to make eyelids. It has to be wearing a shirt. I don't care what shirt you have on. It could be any kind of shirt, any style you want, but the shirt needs to be on three-dimensionally, not drawn on with a needle tool. So it's just lines. So it needs to be three-dimensional shirt. So this is more like your basic t-shirt. This is kind of a fancier collared shirt. It actually has like a button, not a button down, but like a collared shirt underneath, and then this kind of coat jacket also with the collar on the outside. It has to have rounded shoulders, so it's not just sitting on a flat board. So they're rounded, and it has to have a hole and be hollow, and the hole goes all the way up through the neck into the head so that nothing is a trapped air bubble. So now let's talk about how to make it. So first you want to start by making the head. Heads are kind of ovalish, egg-shaped. So you're going to take like two half circle or half oval pinch pots, slip and score, and melt them together just like we did for the body of our whistle. If you want, you can kind of tap it or condense it so it's kind of more egg-shaped. So my recommendation is you're going to want to start the head and a lot of the facial features before you attach it to a neck and a shoulders. So I'm going to kind of quickly do this so I'm not taking up a lot of your time with the whole video. So once you have the head made, you have the shape that you want, you're going to want to push in kind of your thumbs into the clay, and that's going to create eye sockets. And as you're doing that, you can kind of pinch up the bridge of the nose. Okay, so kind of pinched in for eye sockets. Then you're going to want to take you're going to create eyeballs and then eyelids on top of that to attach into the eyeballs. So you want to kind of take a little piece of clay, roll it up into a little eyeball. You want to make sure it's kind of proportionate, that it fits inside of the eye socket. It's not kind of big and sticking out. So then you're going to slip and score on your eyeball into the eye socket. Okay. So you get that in there. Actually, you should get some. There we go. Okay. Now, your eyes. So I'll do this. Try to do this so you can see better. Eyes need to have eyelids. So you'll be grading on eyelids. So what you want to do is take two small coils. Okay. So one, I'm doing this upside down, so bear with me here. One will be for the top eyelid, and eyelids hold your eyeballs into your head. So on eyelids, if you just leave it like this, it's like a crusty caterpillar. But eyelids, you can see the crease, but on this top part is actually connected to our face. So I'm going to smooth the top part of the coil to the top eyelid so that you cannot see that seam, but you can't see the seam at the top where it connects to our face. But I'm leaving this seam here, which is the actual eyelid. So I'm kind of smoothing that. So that will be the top eyelid. And I'm going to, like I said, do this kind of quickly so I can get the idea of it, but without doing the entire thing. And I'll do the same thing for the bottom eyelid, except I'm just going to smooth now the bottom part to it. So get it on there. And then for the bottom eyelid, I'm going to smooth the bottom part. Okay. Again, just doing this kind of quickly so you don't just watch me make the whole thing. Okay, so eyelids, you'll do eyelids on both. Okay, lips are done, the same way. You will take, well, yeah, after I would, then you were, sorry, all over the place, build up your nose. Okay, so you'll probably need to add clay, build up the bridge of the nose. I'm just doing this kind of fast. I would be spending a little bit more time on it, but you'll get kind of the shape down. Noses usually kind of have lots of different noses out there, but kind of usually like a ball shape towards the end. Again, you'll smooth this to the face. I like to do nostrils. I'll take like the other end of a needle tool. I'll kind of stick them inside the nose to kind of give that flare effect, how your nostril kind of flares out. So you can kind of get that effect with your needle tool. So a nose, and then lips, like I said, could be coils, and you'll do the same thing for you did as the eyelids, where your lip, you'll smooth the top part to the face, and then leaving that crease, and then same thing for the bottom part. Okay, however kind of lips you want. Now, I would get at least those facial features done, the eyes and the eyelids, nose and lips, before you kind of move on there. So, oh yeah, hair, I usually do hair last. So now we need to make sure we cut a hole in the bottom of the head where our neck is gonna go. So I'm just gonna take some of that clay out. It's super important so we don't have like a trapped air bubble here, so it doesn't blow up in the kiln. And again, that's hollow. For a neck, I mean, there's lots of different ways you can be making any of these ways. I kind of just will take clay and pinch it so it's kind of like a rectangular shape, and then I will wrap it around so it's like a neck. Okay, so then I'll slip and score these two pieces together so it's kind of like a band. Oh, sorry. Okay, and then slip and score this onto the neck or onto the head. Remember, when you score, we cross, we do both sides. Okay, I'll get this wet, put it on here, and I smooth it from the outside. Oops. And also I bring my finger, see, I take my inside finger and I'm smoothing it to the inside as well so that it kind of helps it to be more stable. Sometimes your faces usually will look a little funky, and it's because, sorry, side profile, it just drops off. Or if you look at the side profile of our faces, our chin protrudes a little bit. So if yours is looking a little bit funky-ish, you can take some clay and add it on there for a chin. Okay, I'm trying to save time here. But see how this kind of protrudes out for a chin. So again, I'm trying to just save time, so I'm not going to sit here and smooth this and make it look all nice how I normally would. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a rush version. So head and neck, and then rounded shoulders. Again, there's different ways to make all this stuff, but I like to make rounded shoulders by I pinch the shape, and it's almost like an upside down boat or a canoe, but it's hollow, not too thick. Rounded shoulders, I'll tap it down so I make sure that it sits evenly, and then you will cut the hole for where you're going to attach the neck and head, again, so there's no air bubbles. Take that out, and then I slip and score, attach the shoulders. Okay, again, I'm just going to do this quick, and same thing for the neck. I will smooth it from the outside, and then I will also take it and I will pull it and smooth it from the inside. Okay, so I would, if I was actually making this, I would be spending more time on it. Oh, your project also has to have a neck, so you want to be careful. Sometimes when you're making the necks are kind of thin or flimsy, or the head is really heavy, or your neck clay is really soft. So when you go to attach the head onto the neck and then the shoulders, all of a sudden your head sinks into the neck and you can't see it anymore. So if your clay is too soft and you're having a hard time getting that to support your head, let your neck part, that flimsy clay, dry up a little bit so that it will support the head. Okay, make any shirt you want. Like I said, I don't want to see a shirt drawn on, like, oh, here's a tank top drawn on with the needle tool. If you want to, depending on the shirt, a basic t-shirt can be done by a coil because you can't tell. So again, I would like smooth or kind of wrap it all the way around. That one's a little bit short. Wrap a coil all the way around. That looks like a collar. Okay, but then I will smooth the bottom part of this coil in, and you can see how it's already starting to look like a shirt. How it's just, this is now one piece of the shirt. That's a quick way to do a shirt, but you can get fancy with it. Give a collared shirt, however you want. Okay, and then last thing I like to do is the hair. And hair, it doesn't just, it's not just scratched onto our head. It has body or volume, I guess, and it comes off of our head. So I'll usually, depending on the hairstyle, this guy has kind of a lot more body or volume in your hair. So it's taking clay, adding it onto the head so that it kind of came off more. If it's just kind of a shorter cut hairstyle, I'll just show you one piece really quick. Okay, so we want to have texture in the hair. So if you put it on there, you take your needle tool and you can kind of, oh, can I get this? I'm going to detach the head for a minute. Sorry, but this is just so I can get a better camera angle for you. So if you take your needle tool, can you see? Sorry. And you just do little strokes kind of going every which direction, you build up the appearance of hair. Okay, and then hair, you can't see, it's not like a toupee on our head. So if you take the needle tool and you drag it down so it kind of connects to your head, you don't want to keep going just one direction. You kind of are going different directions, little strokes, different ways. Push it down to the head a little bit more. Sorry, I'm trying to, it's a little tricky to get this camera angle. But if you kind of take the needle tool and drag it down where it connects to the head, so it kind of, you can see how it's attaching to the head, that will make the hair look like it sticks out. Eyebrows can also be like a a coil that you kind of attach and then do the hair texture with your needle tool also, and then connecting it so it goes onto the head. So again, I just did this super quick. I'd be spending a lot more time on this. I just kind of wanted you guys to get the gist of it. But yeah, so hair, just building it up, the kind of, oh, there we go, the texture going every which direction. So if you just keep going the same direction, it looks a little kind of fake. But building up the texture of the hair all over. So yeah, have fun.